Hello Virgo, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, Virgo. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you, Virgo. We're looking at a couple of oracle decks this week, and then we're going to add some tarot to find out what's going on. You know, if you've been here before, if you are my ride or die, Virgo, you know that I read for the week ahead always. So let's take a look at what's going on in the week ahead for you. If you are a brand new Virgo and you've never been here before, or if you've been here before and you just haven't subscribed, I hope that you'll hit that subscription button in the bottom right hand corner of this little screen where I live. Makes a difference in how this channel grows. Thanks so much. Let's find out what's going on for Virgo in the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Got impulse, prepare, and intuition. We have reflect on the bottom of the deck. So it does feel like in the week ahead that you will be reflecting on something that I feel that you were about to do in impulse, Virgo, but it feels like your intuition slowed you down and said, wait a second, something here is about to be born and it's really important and it's very lucrative. We've got the koi fish, but fish and water are money or abundance. So it feels like you're reflecting on something in the week ahead. And it feels like, something that maybe you almost did on impulse, but something in your intuition told you to hold back or be more prepared or be a little more patient. Tell me about Virgo, please. Tell me about Virgo. We've got confession. It says releasing a secret, pursuing virtue through honesty. So maybe it was something that you did in impulse and you're about to admit that maybe there is a secret that goes along this, that maybe you're admitting now that maybe that was a bit of impulsive energy. We've got awakening. It says a realization, a shift, or a discovery. So I feel like whatever you were impulsive about back here, that you're now realizing in your awakened state, in your, awakening means that you're just a little more aware of you, aware of your surroundings. You see things for what they are rather than what you want to see them to be. And I feel like now in this awakened Virgo state that you're in, now you're more about the preparedness, right? You're a little more practical. You're now looking over details. Because look, you're the hermit. You're not always going to be the shamanic energy. That happens with wisdom. And that's what the hermit energy is, right? It's all about wisdom. You don't get to start life as the hermit. Just because you're a Virgo doesn't mean you're in the hermit energy. When you start life, right, we have to learn things through our teens, our 20s, our 30s, our 40s. And I feel like it's all prepared you for some type of an awakened shift and a discovery about yourself, I feel. Tell me about intuition. We have peace. I like it. Peace and contentment are coming to you. So I feel like your intuition, now you are the awakened Virgo. Now I feel like you are someone who's now sort of stepping back, being patient. You're moving more like the Knight of Pentacles than anything else. And you're being very reflective about, now you're not doing things in impulse anymore. You're doing things that are going to take you through transition. And transition happens slowly. It happens over months, weeks, years, right? It's like a soul transition here that you've been going through. So I feel like now you are in this energy of reflecting on things, no longer being impulsive about things. And the confession doesn't have to be to anyone, but it feels like you're releasing a secret and you could be telling someone, but I feel like it's almost like internal. It's like you're realizing that, there's something to be said for preparation. There's something to be said for wisdom in the awakening and the realization that things have to change, not that they're just going to change just to piss you off. We do have the Lovers here. It says a passionate connection, shared vision. So you might be reflecting on a relationship that maybe you jumped into quite impulsively, and maybe now you're realizing or confessing to other people or to yourself that maybe it wasn't the wisest idea for me to just jump in head first. Let's find out what's going on with the tarot, Virgo. I'm going to put down 3 cards and then we're going to put down a couple. And these couple that I put down here are going to be this will be for the week ahead, but I'm going to put cards down for the week further to that. We'll look here. All right. Let's find out what's going on with Virgo. Virgo, if you're interested in a private read, don't forget there is room. I'm all caught up, so I can give a fairly quick turnaround time. If you're interested, look in the pinned comment. Tell me about Virgo. So the impulse, right? So I think the Five of Wands is like you knew that when you were jumping in that it probably wasn't the right thing to do, that you probably should have practiced a little bit of self-restraint. You were in indecision, and that probably should have been your indication not to jump into something impulsively. I think that now you're having a realization because of this awakening that you will fall into lack should you move impulsively. You have to learn how to be a Virgo. You have to learn how to be, some of those personality traits are going to be innate for you. You're just going to be born with some of those personality traits, but not everybody is the same type of Virgo. And that's because we all have different moon and rising signs that influence the sun sign, if that's what you're here for. We do have prepare. Well, the Queen of Pentacles definitely is the one who's prepared, right? So now you're moving a lot slower at things, Virgo, Taurus and Capricorn energy. This is the energy of moving really slow, being very analytical, being very good with your money, good with business, moving slowly, being dependable, moving at things really slowly, being prepared, right? The Queen of Pentacles is the one who is, practicing to be the Empress, right? The pre-Empress energy. And so she's not the Empress because she doesn't have the knowledge of all of the queens yet, but she knows that I have to plan, I have to prepare if I'm going to have success. And I feel like the awakening here is part of that. A realization that I can't do things impulsively in my life if I want to have success. Tell me about intuition. We have the Queen of Cups. Well, that's quite fitting, right? Because the Queen of Cups is the one with the high intuition, the psychic type energy. This is Cancer, but also Scorpio and Pisces in this reading because it's a general reading. So I feel like your intuition, and this is the Queen of Peace. This is the one who brings peace to others, who is compassionate and kind and loving. And, these two queens together are the feminine queens, right? Because water and earth are feminine energies. And so this is feminine leaning energy. Of course, we all have feminine and masculine energies, right? All of us, plants, people, animals. But I feel like this intuitive energy has brought you peace. And it has brought you to a place, this awakening has brought you to this peace. Let's get a couple of cards for the week ahead here, or not the week ahead, but the week after the week ahead. Got the Hanged. I love it. The Hanged Man is in the reverse, an aha moment. I now see things for what they are. I have clarity. I've come to a realization of sorts. And we have the Moon. After being in this Moon energy of not really knowing how to move, or how did I get here? Being a little bit afraid, being sort of bogged down, or feeling like you can't see the way through something very clearly. But I feel like the Hanged Man energy is telling me that you do come to a realization or a moment of clarity here when you realize, looking back, that all you needed was a bit of wisdom. Tell me about the Five of Wands. Tell me about this impulse that caused lack here. It feels like it was an action that you took. Yeah, and look, the Page of Wands is here. The Page of Wands is the one who's immature in their thought pattern, right? They're the one who is going to just jump in head first. I don't really care what's going on. This one is the one who is impulsive. This is the one who will take the risks. The one who doesn't have enough information or enough wisdom to know that maybe they should look over the cliff to make sure it's water and not rocks. We do have the Page of Wands. What else do we have? We have the Knight of Pentacles, as I spoke of, right? I spoke about the Knight of Pentacles here. It feels like that the realization or the confession, maybe you're making it to someone else, but I feel like it's almost like a something that you're gaining through honesty with the self. It feels like the Page of Wands is here with the Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles, that I probably should have held back a little bit. I probably shouldn't have jumped into the relationship, the job, the situation, putting money in on that thing, maybe I shouldn't have gone to the casino and gambled. Like maybe you shouldn't have been impulsive in that way. The Knight of Pentacles is here, and that's more your energy, right? That's more about being practical and looking over details and being more analytical. But the Page of Wands is, I feel, the energy of jumping into it. We've got the 5 wands, and the one in the hand of the Page of Wands is the 6th wand. And so I feel like maybe you impulsively jumped into something out of ego. It's like, well, I'm good looking, they're good looking, we should just jump in. Like it feels like something like that. It doesn't have to be relationship related, but maybe instead of checking out all the details and looking at the analytics and checking out all the numbers of the business before you went in, maybe ended up with you not really having the most success at the very beginning. So I do feel like it does say virtue through honesty. I think that you're being honest with yourself. It almost feels like I'm feeling like someone who is looking at the past and how they came from the past to where you are now, how you've grown into this Virgo energy. And it's because of some sort of an awakening that you are far more prepared, moving slower, looking over details, and you had some sort of a shift in your energy here that if you're prepared, you can face anything. And you're unlikely to get burnt or lose money or lose traction if you don't make impulsive decisions. We've got the 7 of Cups, we've got the 5 of Cups, and we've got the 5 of Pentacles. So yeah, the 7 of Cups and the 5 of Cups. So I want to say that this awakening has given you a realization or a shift in the way that you think, in the way that you feel, and the way that you move. You now have wisdom, and that's what this tells me. That the realization and the shift is telling me that when things don't look clear, when the 7 of Cups is here and I don't really have an answer and so much is coming at me all at the same time, it can be a little bit blurry, that we can end up in the 5 of Cups pretty easily, regretting our decisions or where we put our money. We do have the 5 of Pentacles as well. So maybe you invested in something, maybe you opened a business that didn't work, or you invested in something that ended up not working out for you, whether that's a relationship or a new job, possibly. We are looking at Pentacles, so it could be money related, but it feels like there had to be an awakening here. I feel like you had to go through this lesson in order to be woken up, like to be shooken awake, to let you know that if you do things quickly and you're not prepared, it's likely that you're likely to lose money or end up on the outside looking in, losing a house, losing a home, losing a friend. But the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles being here together tells me that this was a dip in life. It wasn't anything that was catastrophic for you. It might have been a bad decision that you made that you'll never make again because of the consequences that transpired. But 5 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles with the 5 of Wands, 3 5s, something changed really quickly and you weren't prepared for the way that it changed. But I feel like it changed, and it changed for the purpose of waking you up. It was supposed to be a lesson that you learned here. Tell me about the Queen of Cups. I think it made you the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. I'm just saying. I think that now that you are moving in a little more of a prepared way, being very careful, the Queen of Cups is telling me that your intuition is on high here. We've got, the High Priestess. Is it ever on high? We've got the 6 of Wands and the Empress. Look, it feels like somebody's gone through a whole lot of growth in a very quick amount of time. It feels like the reason that you are the Empress, if you're in that energy right now, the Empress, who's that, right? I'm looking at the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, and I feel like this may be the place that you were at before the awakening. After the awakening, now who's joined you is the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords. So I feel like the Empress being all of the queens, having a lot of wisdom, which is what I feel had to happen here in order for you to have some type of success. I feel like it was all for the purpose of waking you up into your intuition. So the High Priestess is here, and it feels like now you have a lot of success or victory in listening to yourself and making decisions when it's peaceful, when it's quiet, not when it's noisy, that you know that you must sequester yourself away into the peace of your intuition and your High Priestess energy in order to have success, in order to have this Six of Wands energy in order to have the success that you want, to be able to step over the finish line. But first, the Six of Wands teaches us a lesson, right? Because the Six of Wands is coming from the fight or the war. It teaches us a lesson first before we can become the Empress. You can't sidestep all the potholes and become the Empress. The Empress becomes the Empress because of the wisdom of lessons. And I feel like you did learn the lessons. So I feel like now you're enlightened, right? That's what the Hanged Man in the reverse is about. Now you've come through this place of hardship. You've learned all of your lessons here. And it feels like you're now no longer scared of the dark. That's what it feels like. The dark doesn't scare you. You've been through the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Five of Wands here. Tell me about this. We've got the Magician. Wow, you've got all the tools now. So no matter what you do, you're now the master manifester because you understand that you are in co-creation with the universe, whether you're feminine or masculine. You understand that there's nothing that you can do without your source, without your God, without whoever is your source, right? There's nothing that you can do on your own by yourself. It feels like you've now got all the tools because you always did. We're always all sitting in a room with everything that we've ever wanted, but it's the awakening that makes us see those things and be able to reach out for them. So I feel now you see the tools that you have here, and that's what the awakening is about. That I've got more tricks up my sleeve than I ever thought that I had. We've got the Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. So I really feel like it's growth here. We've got the Seven of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, which is 8 Pentacles. That's self-mastery. I love it. The Seven of Pentacles is I'm really willing to put the hard work in, and now I'm willing to be patient. No more impulse. I'm willing to be patient for the opportunities that are going to show up for me. And it doesn't matter to me where those opportunities come from. I'll deal with them when they get here instead of looking too far into the future and getting too far into the future, reflecting. Instead, I'm going to go slowly and do a transition. Instead of making quick decisions, I'm going to reflect first, and that's how I'm going to have success. I feel like there are some opportunities coming, not next week, but the week after. There are some opportunities coming. You are going to have to work hard on these, but I feel like if you're patient, I feel like now that you have all the tools that you need, there's no way that you are not going to succeed because now you have enlightenment and you're not scared of the dark. Look at you. The star is here. You're about to become the star, my friend. We do have a King and the Queen of Cups. You could be meeting someone, possibly for some of you. Could be meeting someone who mirrors you. That could be in business or in love, although these two are the ones that mirror each other's emotions. And we do have, I feel like the reason that you're able to get this opportunity from the King of Cups is because the Strength card being in reverse is I'm looking inward now. I've got inner strength to get myself out of this place of overthinking. Look, you're ruled by Mercury. You're overthinking all the time. But I feel like this star energy, it feels like the healing that has come here. I mean, you're still going to get into places where you're going to overthink things, but I think that you've gone through so many lessons now that you've realized that in times when things are a little bit blurry, that with the Seven of Cups, right? Things when times are a little bit blurry, that you can still make decisions, but you have to make them slowly. That's all. I'm going to leave that right there for you, Virgo. It's a great reading. I'm going to be back because I love you guys, and I'm out for now. And because I'm always back. Take care. Bye-bye.